Kyle with the Bolt Bros, back again with another Thunder Hub. Let's go. All right. I'm excited, guys. Hey, it is the Happy New Year. And we got the first episode of the year to do with you guys. I'm super excited, and I got myself a new desk. It's a little bit different, so you can see kind of a different angle right now, so that way I have a little bit more. You can see me a little bit more. It's nice. I got more space. It's nice, boys. It's really nice. So, but I'm excited. We got a lot to talk about this week. The Chargers are obviously sitting Justin Herbert. James talked about it. I had a couple thoughts about it that I want to share as well. Let's talk about the offensive line, and let's go deeper into the playoff situation that we have coming up, and just talk all things Chargers. So, as always, guys, Bolt Bros, let's get this started. Let's go.
What's up, Pyramid here, man? You watching the Bolt Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Bolt Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic Supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
All right, guys. Yes, sir. It is that time. So I don't know if you guys know or not, but yeah, we are all three of us brothers do things a little bit differently. My brothers like to do a little bit more like the news stuff during the week. I like to kind of talk a little bit of other things, and kind of just get my own thoughts out there. But we are all three third generation Chargers fans. Our grandpa had season tickets as soon as they got into San Diego. He's been a fan ever since, and may he rest in peace. But all of us have continued that legacy as fans of the Chargers as well. And so that's kind of why we have a huge, always like to talk about the Chargers and basically only the Chargers. Let's go. All right. So, but let's see what you guys are talking about, man. Happy New Year here. We got Miguel up in here. Happy New Year, my man. I don't even know what the kick dude on kick is asking right there. I'm not going to answer that one. The first of many Thunder Hubs in 2026. That's right. Yes, sir. We all charged up. Hey, Pico side, my man. Bolt up, baby. How you doing? Yeah. Happy New Year. Man, this Sunday is too early. I'm still sorry, Chris B. I was hoping that you would be well hung, not hung over. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what? I get it, man. It's New Year's, and a lot of people are doing that. Just I couldn't do it last night. I'm sorry, guys. Had too many New Year's events going on. So I had to do it today, and I didn't want to do it too late tonight. So, because there's other stuff going on, whatever. But this is our normal time, so that's why. So sorry that it's too early for you. So we got a Broncos fan here. How you doing, my man? Sitting Herbert is smart for no reason, asking for him to play, risking him to the playoffs. I wish y'all was still fighting for the division. Then it would be case he must play. Exactly. That's a very good point. To kind of kick us off and into the topic of discussion. You're right. Like, this was absolutely the best case scenario for the Chargers, and we'll go into a little bit more detail about that. I have some notes and thoughts about it. But you're right. I mean, like, why play him when it doesn't really matter, right? There's been other times that the Chargers have played our starters in a game that does not really matter, and look what happened. We'll get more about that. So I understand. So, but this game does mean a lot to you guys as in the Broncos country. So, hey, congratulations on potentially getting a free dub, and potentially fighting for that first seed. So, yeah. But yes, a couple more Happy New Year's. How you doing, Joe? Happy New Year, my man. And Happy New Year to you as well. Roland, my man. Happy New Year. I appreciate you always. Yeah, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Haven't seen y'all since last year. But that's right. Where's my thing here? Hey, we got some Clee 59 from Twitch saying Happy New Year. Yes, sir. Let's go, family. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. So let's dive into what the whole show that I got set up for you guys. So here we go. We got the Thunder Hub. Wait, man, my soundboard hasn't even really. Here's it here. This one. Oh, that's the wrong one. But I'll take it right now, baby. Let's go! Because we're gonna get this show on the road, baby, on the right way. And guys, by the way, shout out to everyone who actually was at the Texans game, and when you were there, you participated in that whole, trying to set up more of a chant and trying to get more energy and more vibes into the stadium by cheering on that, the Thunder Hub, the Thunderstruck song with everyone. Because, that is something that we need to really grow in more. We need to start doing that a lot more and have that whole Thunder Hub stuff going on, because it's the Thunderdome, baby. That's it. 2 may enter, 1 may leave. That's it. That's all, baby. Anyways, so I digress on that a little bit. So, but yes, as our our fellow Broncos fan just chimed in here, Justin Herbert is benched, and that is 100% the best thing that the Chargers could do this week. 1,000%. I don't care, what everyone says. Like, yeah, you play to win the game, but here's the thing: what are we really playing for at this point? I mean, we'll go into it more, but the reality is we're literally only going to be fighting for 5th, 6th, or 7th spot. We're already in the 7th, no matter what. We would literally just be fighting for a 6th or a 7th. Or 6. I can't, if I can talk right now, maybe I can actually get my thoughts out, We're really only fighting for the 5th or the 6th seed. And is that really going to make much of a difference? I mean, I get it. We want competition. We want good football, whatever. And yes, guys, this is an AI picture, so it's not really Justin Herbert, but it looks pretty close. It's passable. It's passable, right, guys? So, my biggest thing is like, okay, I hear what James was saying in his video where he was talking about how I was like, well, I mean, is 1 week of healing gonna make that much of a difference? And I say yes, absolutely, 1,000%. Because here's why: it's not necessarily just about him. 1 week of healing; it's 1 week of not having further injury risk. That's the biggest thing. I mean, for crying out loud, look at the offensive line that has happened. That he's had for the last 17 games. He's been sacked like more times than anyone in the entire league. At least 5 times, I think, minimum 5 sacks every single game. And now we're playing against the Broncos that have a really tough defense, and they've got even better over time. And so it's not worth it. He is our most valuable asset. And that's honestly something that we don't talk about enough as sports fans, is that you got to protect your most valuable asset. And clearly, Justin Herbert is it. He is him. Flat out, So that is one big thing for that, as far as not furthering injury risk. Because the fact is, look, he it seemed like he got hurt a little bit last week. He actually came up off of a hit versus the Texans, and he was kind of grimacing, in the least amount possible that Justin Herbert does grimace. He does barely get hurt, but when he does, oh gosh, yeah, you could see some pain in his face, So it's like, all right, there was something there. So let's be a little bit cautious here. And just be like, you know what? We're losing this game to the Texans. Let's just sit him out here. So let's just say this though too. Like, he's obviously he's got that dog in him. His left hand is still like, it's not like horrible. It's like affecting him hasn't affected him in the least bit of the way. His performance has done well. Ever since he got injured, he went 3-1. So that's not horrible at all. So we're like, okay, just having an injured offhand is not bad or whatever like that. But he's got that dog in his hand. So we know he can do it. No matter what. Yeah. Yes, yes, those are AI dogs. They are not the best looking things, but it works. It works. You can kind of tell that it's dogs, I guess, right? Anyways, hang on a second. I got some couple notes here. Okay, so but like I said though, I mean it hurts. You know, his hand must be hurting a ton, and I think this any little bit helps. And I'm sure after getting hit his hand all the time for one different thing, 1 week off, essentially 2 weeks off of playing, will feel like $1 million. Like his hand will feel like much better. And yes, it's not going to be fully healed by the time playoffs happens, but at least it will be something better than what it is right now. And, like I said, my biggest point is not re-injuring it or getting further injury is the biggest part about this thing. And I just want to emphasize this. We all remember, or at least we're trying to forget at least, Mike Williams playing in a meaningless game before the playoffs. How horrible that was, because it was a meaningless game. We had everything locked in. There's no need for any of us to play, but Booty Stank decided to play freaking Mike Williams, and what happened? He missed like half the season already because he had a freaking broken leg or something like that, and then he literally re-breaks it in that same freaking game, meaningless game before the playoffs. I can't emphasize that enough. It's like, how freaking retarded was that? Look, I mean, this is back in the 2022 season, week 18. So we were locked into the number 5 seed actually as well. We weren't just right now. We're locked in 7th, no matter what. We weren't playing for anything else. We were locked at that 5 seed, and Staley decided to play starters against the Broncos, yet again. So resulting in this to happen. So thank goodness for Jim Harbaugh actually being a smart freaking cookie and deciding, you know what? I'm not going to go that route. We've seen that story before. Nah, we good. So that's just it. So bottom line is, no need. There's no need for any of this though. So yeah. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Oh no, I did still have one thought. I thought I had more. Okay, so my last thought that I want to go into before I get into your guys' comments. So, and I do appreciate you guys for being commenting, and I'll get to you guys in a second here. So, but let's talk about our offensive line. Whew. This is now the 9,001st offensive line that we've had. I wish I had this thing queued up here. For this thing, line that we've had here.
It's over 9,000.
But this could be a shining opportunity right now, because this is essentially our offensive line is now going to be Austin Deculus, Branson Taylor, Andre James, and Trevor Penning and Bobby Hart. That's what has been reported is the offensive line that is going into this game, practicing and things like that, So, but the shining question mark, the big what if, is obviously going to be on Andre James. He's typically a reserve player. He steps up finally for Bradley Bozeman, which we've been pounding the table to have happen for this entire season. So he's finally expected to play at center. Having served as a backup to the Raiders before joining the Chargers, his ability to handle snaps and communicate protections will be critical for this game, especially with a new quarterback. Trey Lance is going to be there doing stuff, and DJ Uwe Galele is also going to be activated in case Trey Lance something happens to him. So look, he hasn't really played much at all. Yes, he's been practicing. He is an NFL player. He is a pro player. He knows what he can do, whatever that. So that's the big question mark. So I want everyone to be paying attention to the center as much as possible this game, because the truth is we don't know how well he's going to do. And he might end up actually doing better than Bradley Bozeman. And so what is the implications going to be if he actually ends up doing better than Bradley Bozeman? If his PFF grade is anywhere like 70 or higher, that is literally like double what Bradley Bozeman has been. I mean, for crying out loud, I've seen Bradley Bozeman do some things with Zion Johnson where they were running out for a screen and they basically just left the defensive end, didn't even really chip block him at all, didn't do anything with him. And he just kind of like, ran in, just almost obliterated Justin Herbert and then before Justin Herbert threw off that screen, and then the screen happened, and then Bradley Bozeman still he got spun around like a turntable as one of the cornerbacks, it could have been a linebacker, I'm not sure, hit him and then went through him and got to the ball. What the hell is even that? I can't believe what horrible football we've been seeing out of Bradley Bozeman, and why we have not seen somebody come up to replace him sooner. That's just my thoughts there. But I will say this though too, is like I do think that Branson Taylor could be somebody that we should also pay attention to as well on the line, as who's set up as left guard. Because he was a rookie free agent, elevated for practice squad a couple times and stuff like that. I believe Andrew and James did make a little video about him. If they did, I will put that in this video so that way people can actually take a look at it and stuff. So, hey, I hope that maybe our interior offensive line may actually step up in a big way, because we also have Trevor Penning going in at right guard. And so that could be a good situation there too, because like at the end of the day, man, look, Zion Johnson and Mekhi Becton have not been amazing, people on this team. I do think that we will see Zion Johnson next year as well. He will find a way to stay on the squad. But at the end of the day, our interior line has just been terrible. And I don't really need to talk too much about our left and right tackles, because we've seen now at this point, we've seen Bobby Hart, we've seen Austin Deculus there. We know what they're about. And it's possible that they are, they're going to do what they do. And they seem to be doing okay. And they seem to be doing their job well enough, good enough, so. But let's keep our fingers crossed that we see some improvement on this offensive line, and especially the interior line. So keep your eyes focused on that as much as possible, and maybe we'll see something happen. So, all right, let me double check here real quick. Yeah. So that one is the last one. So, all right. So now let me get into some of your guys' comments. I know I do appreciate you guys for chatting, keeping things going here. Like, let me get into your comments here, and now I'll look at this here for you. And before we get into my next segment here, so yeah, Chris B, we talked about that. Say, can you play that "We Are the Storm" chant? That one that's your favorite. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, for sure. We are the storm. We are the storm. Honestly, I'm with you, Miguel. I like that chant a lot, and I feel like it does actually play into what the Chargers are actually doing lately, with the whole intro video that they got with LT, Antonio Gates, and Sean Merriman to do to say that we are the storm. I do feel like it actually kind of plays into that a little bit more. But it does seem like the Bolt fam is very much against this one. So if they are, that's fine. Like, I'm just throwing suggestions out there. I'm not like tied to anything. Like, I'm not gonna get any money for something like that. So yeah. Anyways, the pick from Herbert looks like it came from Timu. Yeah, man, I believe it. Yeah. Take from Timu. It's a division game. I do not see the Bolts sitting down and giving Denver a win. It's going to have to be earned. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a good point, though, Daily Donkey. Yeah, it's like, I mean, they are going to play to win, but obviously the chances of the Chargers to win are significantly less because we are playing, second and third stringers, essentially, because we have to, we want our starters to be more fresh for the playoff. And so you're right. We are going to try to play to win. But at the end of the day, hey, our odds of winning are significantly less. You're right. We aren't just going to bend over, but you guys will have to earn it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But hey, like I said, it is what it is. Chris B says, I don't care what seed we get. I just don't want to play the Jags in round 1. I mean, that is a big point too. But here's the thought too. So at this point now we played the Jags twice in critical games a lot of ways. The Texans twice in critical games. And now we've lost to them twice. So would this give them, both of those teams, a sense of false confidence because they knew how to beat us last time? But will that same thing be true this time? I don't know. I agree. I think the Jags are the hottest team in the AFC right now, though. It's like they are the one team that I do believe has the biggest chance of. Let me just say this. I think they are the toughest team in the AFC right now. I love my Chargers, but I do think that the Jags do edge them out because the Jaguars have had a much tougher schedule and they've been way more dominant than we have, and they seem like they are way more healthier than we are. And so this could just be a magical year for them. Fingers crossed that I'm wrong, though, because obviously I want the Chargers to get all the way there. So yeah. He gets some MVP chance in the chat for Justin Herbert there. Dago says, I want the Jags, Pats, and Texans. I wanted all the demons. They want to sit through a Richard Simmons video and work. No, they're gonna sit through. Hey, I like that, man. I love that attitude, man. Hell yeah. I appreciate that, Dago. Yeah, because like the truth is though, too, man, like it doesn't matter who we play. Because we got to win our game. We got to do our part, and we got to just put our freaking pedal to the metal and win the freaking game. It doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter when or where. Any squad, any place. Let's get it done. So I don't. Yeah, like and you're right, Dago. I don't technically fear any team. I feel like we can beat any team that we play against because that's just the way football is, So. So we'll just have to see how things shake out, though, for sure. Justin Herbert feels no pain. Yeah, see, he is no mortal man can hurt him. There you go. Yeah, and good thing we don't have women on the team, right? Because of the Witch King, faced literally the odds of that. There was like 1 million people on a battlefield, and he faced the one person that actually could kill him. It's like, oh shoot, What are those? Talking about those dogs, yeah. His hand barks here and there because he got that dog in him. That's right. Hey, what's up, Philip, my man? How you doing? Yeah, Philip retired again. Did he? Oh, dang. he probably will, for sure. I like my cookies smart. Hell yeah, we do. Yeah, happy New Year, Breezy, my man. Yeah, Staley was definitely stupid, right? Yeah, forget that guy. Brandon Staley always thought that he was the smartest guy in the room. Morgan Freeman voice. Oh wait, hang on. I got something for that here. One sec. Nope, that's the wrong one. I pressed the wrong button. Hang on. I got a little something for you. Here we go. He said Morgan Staley voice. But he was never smart. Wait. Did that? No, hang on. Here.
But he was never But he was never the smarter man in the room. In fact, he was retarded.
There you go. Hope you guys like that one. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Thank you for that great comment there, Chris. Hey, if you ever want me to do something like that again, just go ahead and say the Morgan Freeman voice. Yeah. I'm super happy to see the AFC West not going to be dominated by the Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos. Going to give them problems for years to come. Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, honestly, like ultimately, I think that's something that both Broncos fans and Chargers fans can and should be happy about. The fact that the Chiefs are not on top once again. And they are sitting there like, they are eliminated from the playoffs. We don't have to see Patrick Mahomes' stupid face and Taylor Swift in the playoffs or Travis Kelce, any of that BS anymore, So I'm sick of it. I'm happy that we don't get to see them. But I will admit that I am worried about next year because they have a higher draft pick now. And so, but I'll say this though, too, like, not to knock on our Chargers that much or whatever, but the problem is, this is this was the chance that the Chargers had to win the division with Patrick Mahomes not in basically doing anything, and we let you guys, the Broncos, take the division away from us. And it's kind of a weird thought to me and a weird feeling, but hey, it is what it is. I'm fine as long as we punched our ticket. We're in the playoffs. Let's make it happen. Let's make it go somewhere. This trade line is about to get Trey smoked. That's for sure. Trey is better. Try is better than not doing shit. Yeah, exactly. Trying. Yeah, you're right. And we are going to try, believe me, we are going to try. But we won't end up, like I said, that our odds of not doing high. So high hope for Trey Lance. Oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Him running right. Yeah. You're right. Trey Lance is going to scramble, do some good stuff here. So, hey, what's up, Clee? Without stating the obvious, where do the Chargers address where in the draft? 100%. Well, the obvious thing is center. Obviously, offensive line, center. That is our biggest thing that we need to address in the draft. 100%. So, I think maybe our first two picks should be offensive linemen. Perfectly honest, because honestly, like they will say, "Oh, the best player available at that time," and like that just doesn't make any sense to me. You fix that offensive line for F's sakes, dude. That's all we got to do. So, if Andre James can get the way the pass rushers, he will be improvement over both. Yeah, 100%. Just and not even just that, Chris. If he can just look both ways. After he snaps the balls, that itself is an improvement over Bozeman. Bozeman just sits there, he'll snap the ball and look this way, and then some guy will just kind of go right around to his right, and it's like, dude, look both ways, my guy. Put your head on the swivel. That's all you got to do. Shoot. I've been talking mash about Giro over the reevaluating the whole situation. I've come to conclusion that basically he's done a damn good job for with what he's had. Well, I mean, that's debatable. So I will contend here. So like the issue that I've seen the most is that during the Houston game, it seems like he's end up having he's called plays that needed time to develop, time that we do not have. He put players out on deep routes. He put different things going on, throughout, plays that needed time, period. And we don't have time. And Justin Herbert is sitting there, as soon as the ball snapped, like he's literally surrounded by some defensive players. And, that's just not a good situation for anything. So I don't know. What does your research say about all that? So I'm really far behind on the comments. So I see 42 new comments, and I'm super far behind. I'm pretty much, yeah. Yeah. So, Giro, if you're watching, please, a little more backyard football, brother. Come on, man. It's what you're missing. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Sorry, I would have see. I might need to be a little bit more choosy here. So I'm gonna gonna find some more things here. Sorry about that, guys. What's up, my guys? Appreciate you guys. It's not who we play, it's how we play. We need some solid play coming from Roman and not giving up the bombs from Minter's defense. Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, we got to just tighten up a little bit, Oh, here's a good question here. Would you rather play versus the Steelers or New England. Right now, 100%, I would much rather play against the Patriots. I really want them because I want to get a little bit of, I want to get a little bit of, what would I say, playoff vengeance here because, the Patriots have been an Achilles heel for us and the Chargers for so long, for far too long. And so if we can actually have something like that, fix things like that, that would be huge. That would be huge for us guys. Yeah. Trey Lance fits Roman's scheme better than Herbert. Chargers can win this game. Hey, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Let me see. We're trying to. Bolts are dogs. We the underdogs. Let's go. Morgan Freeman Kyle is the best. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you, Miguel. Happy New Year, Eddie. Oh my gosh, Eddie, hey Eddie. Yes, I'm glad to see that you're alive because I know you kind of were hiding in that J.C. Penney's and people were trying to find you to beat you up and stuff like that. So I'm glad you're still alive, my man. Yeah. My date from last night is right here next to me in my bed, still knocked out. Hey, let's go, Eddie. Hey, good job, man. Yeah, that's a great way to start the year out. Philip says, let's be honest. A few months ago, after Alt and our 1 and 2 running back lost, did you even think that we make the playoffs? Yeah, honestly, 100%. Honestly, I did still believe that we had it in us to win the playoffs. I knew that losing our left and right tackles and running backs was it's a massive problem for us or whatever. But I still had faith in our Bolts. We still pulled out a lot of good wins. I still believed in that Harbaugh would find a way. So that's how it goes, man. Andre, yes, box of bolts. Andre James does start this week, and so that's going to be. We talked about that a little bit beforehand, and that's actually a huge thing for us. So it'll be good to see and to find out how he does for us. So yeah, yeah. Hey, Pinky Bolts, Happy New Year. We've been playing with house money all season. Keep counting us out and all the way to Santa Clara. It'll be a rematch from 1994, Bolts and Niners. Let's go. Hey, that'd be awesome, right? And how amazing would that be? I thought about that too. It's like, dang, imagine if I actually thought, I said that a couple weeks ago, actually. It's like, imagine if we did end up going to the Super Bowl and the Niners end up going to the Super Bowl and we end up playing in their hometown and end up whooping on them. That would be amazing. That would be so epic, right? I couldn't, oh my gosh, that would be so like, vengeance is mine, Yeah. You want Greg Roman gone. The game he left, the game has left him and the 80s playbooks in the dust. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. We're going to be 11-5. Yeah. Well, we're 11-5 right now. We're going to be 11-6 potentially. Hey, we could end up winning the game somehow. Some miracle could happen, and we could end up being 12-5. You never know. We carry brass knuckles. That's your advantage. Smart, Eddie. Smart. Okay, it looks like I finally caught up to all this stuff. Yeah. So yeah. You're right, Box. You're right, Box of Bolts. If Andre James does ball out, heads are gonna roll for sure. All right, guys. So now let's I finally hit to the end of the comment section there. So let's do my final thing here. Not final thing, but let's put my hands in my pants and play some high voltage pocket pool. You know what I'm saying? All right, boys. Oh shoot, hang on a second. I gotta. Some of my systems aren't working here. There we go. Okay. Oop. Gotta fix my camera angle there a little bit. Oh, wait. No, that's why. All right. All right. So let's take a look at some things here. So by the way, guys, my last one that I did, I think I did an all running backs one, and I did win that one, but I only won money back. I didn't win more money. I got 3 of the 5 picks that I picked correct. So my flex worked out. I didn't get any money back. Essentially, I only won $3. I bet 5 and I won 3. So not a huge win or whatever like that, but let's see what we can do here. If you guys haven't already, please sign up for Sleeper app. It really does help us out. we have they are our sponsors, and it's something good that we actually do here. We're very happy about our sponsorship and our relationship with them. Let's see what we can do here. So like what you do with sleepers, you pick things, players, predictions, and if it's going to be more or less. So you know what? I think right now what I'm going to do is this one here. Oh, that's college ball. I don't want to do college ball. I'm going to do NFL here. Let's go to NFL. Okay, so CMC against Seattle to get 30. Okay, I don't like betting on running backs to get a specific receiving yards. Like it's like, yeah, their primary function is to run the ball, so I don't like doing that one. So, but you know what? Let's do a quarterback one. I like this idea. Let's do a Carolina at Tampa Bay. So he's gonna get over 200 yards. Let's do that. I like that. Okay. Brock Purdy versus Seattle. I'm gonna say less. For because like to get less than 242.5 yards. Sam Darnold. I think this is gonna be a very defensive game. So I'm gonna say less for Sam Darnold as well. Less than 230. I think it's gonna be a ground and pound game. For the Niners and Seahawks. So that's going to be a huge game there. Big playoff implications there for it. Tampa Bay against Carolina. I think he can do more than that. And then Caleb Williams against Detroit. And I think he can do, he's trending upwards. Yeah, he can do more than that. Okay, so there you go. Those are my 5 picks. And, what I've been doing lately, I actually do like doing the flex options here. Because then it does make me feel a little bit better, if something like that, if I get, at least something back, I go like, oh, dang it, there's no boosts. You know what? The hell with it. No, all or nothing, baby. So if we win this one, we get $59. There you go. Actually, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. I tend to always get like 3 or 4 of my 5 picks right. So I at least want to get like at least something back from my pick. So we'll do the flex pick. It's a little bit better because it does allow you to actually keep betting a little bit more, to be more of a degenerate. So yeah, so that's what we got going on right now. Bryce Young got to get more than 200 yards for the game. Brock Purdy to get under 242. Sam Darnold to get under 239. Baker Mayfield to get more than 222. And Caleb Williams to get more than 236. So that's good. Split the 59 into 30 people in the chat. Yeah, so there you go. So I'll be flexing there, guys. So, all right. Lock that in. Bolt Bros. Let's go. All right, hopefully that works out. So I got a little bit of football to watch there on that. So hope you guys enjoy. Have a good time with that. So one sec. All right, so yeah, that was my high voltage pocket pool, my guys. Okay, so so now I just want to briefly go over some things with you guys. And see. Let me see. Just look at this. Hey, what's up, Mighty, my man? You're going to miss one of those unders on the QBs, bro. Whatever QB loses is going to have over 250 guaranteed. Well, it's possible. All right. Yeah, but it's all good, my man. Yeah, and if it does, whatever, it's fine. I just kind of pick whatever I want. I don't do too much thinking about it, to be honest. I'm just like, whatever. So it's like, yeah, if it happens, it happens. It's great. Let's steal the money from the rest for that fixed game against the Texans. Dude, bro, ain't no joke, man. You know what? We should all the guys should be under investigation about their cryptocurrency accounts. That's what I think. I think they're getting some Bitcoin underneath the table. So yeah, but yeah, man. But thank you. Then all luck to me. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. So yeah. Appreciate all you guys. Hey, Bolt Babes, Happy New Year. Appreciate you, coming in for the comments. It's been a while since you've said hello. So yeah, appreciate you guys. You're always welcome no matter what. So appreciate you. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So you're right, Kyle. I agree with playing the Patriots. That's our Bolts better batch. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm thinking. Honestly, like we've talked about it previously. I actually do still think that the Broncos are frauds. I think that the Patriots are frauds. So I think if we play the Patriots and beat them, we'll expose them. And then that would probably mean that the Broncos, here's the thing. I'll go into this next thing here for a second, because we play the Patriots first. We beat them. We would likely then play against the Broncos, and we would beat them again. Because just think about that, because the Patriots would be second seed, right? And then if we were 7th seed at that point, we could actually end up playing against the Patriots. Patriots could end up being the 3rd seed, and we could play them if we were 5th seed, obviously, 6th seed, whatever scenarios and stuff like that, But the likelihood is that we would play the Broncos in the divisional round, and we would expose them as well. And then we would get ourselves into the AFC Championship game, which more than likely, though, it feels like we would play either against the Texans or the Jaguars, which we've already played against, this year. And that's kind of my path forward right now. So, anyhow, so see, our polls better not, but it says they are built to come back this year. Yeah, you're right. Anyhow, so all right, so this is what I do want to talk about here. Hang on a sec here. 1 sec. Oh, that's why. Okay, so let's get into that. Let's do a little deeper dive about all the different playoff scenarios and stuff. So bear with me while I pull this stuff out here. So 1 second there. All right, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this video, because it really does help us out in the algorithm, and show some love to the Bolt fam. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure. I can barely even see that myself. But there's a lot going on here, obviously. So these are all essentially the most likely scenarios here. There is another slide, and I will get into it and stuff like that, but for the most part, majority of people will believe, yeah, Jacksonville is going to beat the Titans, Indianapolis and Houston's kind of like a 50-50 situation. Same with Jets and Jets and Buffalo. Well, I don't know. I think I think it's more likely that the Buffalo is going to beat the Jets 100% too. But then we have also obviously the Miami, New England game, and Baltimore and Pittsburgh game. So here's the thing I didn't realize too by looking at this. So I didn't realize that Baltimore actually does have a chance to actually make it into the playoffs still. I thought they were completely eliminated, but no, they have their chance. They have their chance to get in here. So, and what I'm going to do here is let me pull up my trusty dusty pen here. So my ideal playoff situation right now is this one here. This one here. You can't really see it all the way. I'm not super good at the pen anymore because I don't have the thing. That one's my scenario. Number 2, that second one right there. What I would like there, because if we're 7th, then that would put New England at 2, and we would play them, and that would put Denver at 1. And then after we beat the Patriots, we would then play against the Broncos, and then that would make obviously Buffalo play against Texans, and whoever that would eliminate them there. Maybe Buffalo would be like, it would be interesting to if the Buffalo beat the Texans. That would be great. And then Jacksonville, Pittsburgh would play. Jacksonville would likely win that game, and then Buffalo or Texans would play against the Jags. Oh, see, I guess that's just it right there. So, and that's my ideal situation right there. But I also like the idea of, let's see, if we actually end up here. Hang on, let me go erase that one there. So I do like the idea of us going into the 6th seed and then somehow still playing against the Patriots, which really is not actually possible at the very beginning. So say we did beat the Broncos this game, then that would just basically flip-flop it. We either expose the Patriots right away, or we expose the Broncos and beat them back-to-back, this week and then the week 1 in the playoffs. That would be it. And we could expose them as well if we actually ended up beating them against or with our backup players, So that would give us such a huge confidence boost that if we ended up somehow beating the Broncos with our backups, massive confidence boost there. That'd be amazing. So let's see what happens there, So but let me see what you guys' comments are on about this one, because obviously, like you said, there's like a whole bunch of scenarios here. But the one thing that I was going to say too is like, so resting the starters, like this is what I was mentioning before, but resting our starters, like we are like this is smart, because really we only have like a 9% chance of going to the 5th seed. So as you see here, like these are the only likely scenarios for us to get into the 5th seed. There's like literally out of all these different choices, there's literally only 8 chances right there for us to end up on the 5th seed. Wait, hang on a sec. I just look at something here. Sorry. Yeah, that was the other one. So, but that's here's the other side of it, So it's literally just like the same. You go from, that's the Titans winning, and that's the Jaguars winning. Like there's really not much difference. Okay, so realistically, we have 16 chances of potentially going to the 5th seed, but the reality is we're really fighting, if anything, for that 6th seed. And obviously, like you go from the top here. I can't. If I can. Oh, my brain's not working. If you go from the top to bottom, it actually is higher chances to lower chances. And so, realistically, we're really fighting for the 6th seed if we really want to, kind of split hairs and stuff like that, And what good is that going to do us? Okay. We'll play a slightly different team then, like it's more than likely though, we're still looking at either facing off against the Broncos, the Patriots, or the Jaguars. That's it. More than likely that's our only options here. And so seeding kind of does matter. So it does, and yes, we do want to look here and like play against the team. We want to play to win the game. We play to play. You don't play to lose, So that's kind of where we're sitting at here. So like I said, let me get into your comments here and see what you guys have to say about the playoff situations and stuff like that, So, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So let's see what we have here. So, I don't care about matchup. We got a good enough team to beat them all. I agree, Mighty. I agree. Bring us the freaking Jaguars. Bring us the Texans. Bring us the Patriots. Bring us the freaking Broncos and the Steelers and the Ravens. I want all the smoke. Give it to us. Ain't no problem at all. Chargers defense will tear Drake May apart. 100%, Roberts. 100%. 100%. Broncos are frauds. The broads. That's right. Unfortunately, Kyle, or bolts better not fall. Yeah, I see. We already said that. Any given day, the Chargers can beat any team. It doesn't matter who we play in the playoffs. Let's freaking go. That's right, Larry. That's right, Larry. And just for you.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
That's right, man. Beat the Pats, beat the Broncos, and then the Broncos, and probably have to go Jacksonville for AFC Championship. Yeah, more than likely, or Texas, and Houston, So, and I think that's kind of the likely scenario, Crispy, and it could be flip-flopped between the Pats and the Broncos. Jim and Joe better draft O-line with the first pick, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I do want our Bolts to be at the 7th seed. Yeah, why not? Absolutely, Eddie. I think that is the easiest path forward, because right now the Broncos and Patriots are the frauds, and so if we play against them, we get into the 7th seed. We play both of them, in a row. So that would be like, okay, that's our path forward. Hopefully this year's playoffs have no blown calls or bad calls, any form of cheating. Let the teams play football. I don't want entertainment I want grown men playing football, violence and physicality. Yes, 100%. Yeah, we all about that bully ball now, man. Here are the Chargers. Let's go. Missing the Chargers family. Yeah. Bolt babes. Yeah, man, just come on in every time. Hey, what's up, Hugo, my man? How you doing? It's been here watching and listening. Just feeling too good at the moment. Yeah. Oh, not feeling. Oh man, sorry, you're hungover, man. Hey, you partied a little too hard, my brother. It's all good. Yeah, Eddie. I mean, basically, we're gonna be 7th seed. That's bottom line, and I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with us staying the 7th seed. And here's also a reason why too is like that does kind of help us with draft picks, right? Eventually, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to think about draft at all right now. We got too much football ahead of us. I'm not even thinking about next year. Well, I guess it is this year that we're thinking about now. So, because we're talking about playoff football now, we're not talking. I don't want to talk about draft at all. We're talking about playoffs. Period. That's the end of the story. Until we lose our playoff seed or game, if that ever happens, and fingers crossed it does not. I don't want to think about draft at all. I'm not doing any research. I'm not looking at anything like that. And I hope you guys aren't either. So yeah. Imagine if Chargers play Ravens. If Ravens play Chargers for a while, hey, that could happen. We can have a Harbaugh Bowl. That'd be awesome. Peaky Bolt says, anyone thinking the upcoming game against Denver will be automatic loss? Better show your role. Slow your roll. Harbaugh 8 playing to lose. Minter stacking his resume. Trey playing for contact. Dicker is playing. Yeah, dude. Exactly, man. It'll be wild. But we're not gonna have an automatic loss. Yeah, exactly. That's what you're saying. We're not gonna just bend over and lose the game. Not a chance. So we are gonna play. And you play to win. So that'll be awesome. Locked on Chargers from Daniel Wade said, and David Drogemeyer says, the best said this best. While our bolts are resting, the other 7 teams are going all out to play week 18, while our bolts will be resting. Oh, that is a good point. Yeah. They all have, everyone else has something to fight for, for different seedings and things like that. Oh, and this is what I was going to say too. It's like, so anyone thinking that we should absolutely play against, the Denver Broncos with all our heart, with our starters and all that stuff, saying that that's a mistake is forgetting, of course, Mike Williams. Number one, what happened to him in 2022. And they're also forgetting the fact that you only want to play if you have a shot for the first seed, for that first week bye. Other than that, there's no other reason to play. Okay, sure, you can be strategic and think like, okay, oh, well, if we get into this seed, we can play for this seed or whatever. You're like, it doesn't matter at that point. We got our ticket. That is the goal. You just get your ticket and you're in. Where you go at that point is like, so if we beat the Texans last week, yes, we would have had something to play for, because we would have been potentially playing for a first seed, because all we would have to do is win our game. But that's it. You fight for that first seed. That's it. There's no, once you're in and that first seed is out of the picture, out of the question, don't worry about it. It is what it is at this point. So that's kind of my mentality on it. That's the reason to fight for and to keep playing all the way through, period. So 100% Eddie. Yeah. Happy New Year. What's up, Tony, my man? Happy New Year. Your birthday was the 30th. Hey, man, happy freaking birthday. Happy for playoffs, both the F up. Yes, sir, Tony. That's awesome. It's super stoked that we have the playoffs coming. So yeah. You guys are talking to each other. Let's see. Let's not expose ourselves. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. None of that business. Yes, sir. Once the season is over, can we start getting free agents from eliminated teams like Palomalo, Crosby, or Lindenbaum, Ravens lost? I think we could, but I don't know if the things are like that are happening right away. I think technically free agency starts like, after the season, like basically, a week after the Super Bowl or something like that, So yeah. That'd be crazy. I hope Myles Garrett doesn't blow the sacks record. Yeah, that'd be crazy if he does, though, right? Yeah. See. That must have been an incredible birthday party for you just now. Yeah, right. That's awesome. You guys talking about that? Yeah, mighty. I've stayed hammered. I see. I think that the NFL really wants the Harbaugh Bowl in the playoffs. We could get some favorable calls against the Broncos. Yeah. Oh, that'd be really cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool to see though if they did want a Harbaugh Bowl repeat here. I mean, obviously there was a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is not going to happen, but Harbaugh Bowl could be awesome. Just imagine if the Ravens actually did get further down the line. And we had because Harbaugh Bowl would happen in the AFC Championship game though, if you really think about it, because like they would be 4th seed, right? The only way that we would play them is if somehow we got to the 5th seed, like the wild card round. But if we play them, if we're at 6, we could play them in divisional round. But it's also but since we're most likely at 7th seed, we would have to play them in, I believe, because their only option is 4th seed right now. But but for the most part, we would have to play them in the AFC Championship game, and that would be freaking wild to see something like that happen. Because the way that they've been playing, I don't know, man. I don't know. That ain't it. But yeah, and you're right, Box. Stay as healthy as possible. Don't worry about risking it all for what ifs. Exactly. What ifs don't matter. It's all about what is. And that's kind of like where my and that's what I really got to say. What Andrew does all the time is that he actually does. He wants to talk about what is. I do like to talk about what ifs. I think they're fun to talk about whatever. And to talk about scenarios and things like that, but what is more important, bottom line. So, and that what is important is we are in the playoffs, period. That's it. I'm just saying, I'm trying not to involve the Hawk to it in anything. Donkeys. Yes, sir. Chiefs are not in the playoffs, so they can't have, so that can't happen. The refs can't cheat. The refs will not cheat. Yeah, right. I'll let a donkey hop to a. Hey, man, that's some Mexico stuff right there, man. I don't know what you're talking about there, man. Hey, you going to the donkey show a lot there, Mighty? What are you talking about here, bro? Yeah, shoot, man. Hey, I mean, I don't know, man. Like a lot of people are gonna find out about that if you go to that donkey show and be a participant. And not gonna lie though, actually, I was gonna go to the Broncos game this upcoming weekend, but ended up not working out, and kind of happy about that now because of the Chargers sitting our starters and stuff like that. There had been no point in me going and blowing some money on that one, So yeah. I'm just hoping Greg Roman has a few plays he's been saving for the playoffs, like some quick passes or screens and runs outside, basic plays, But this is Greg Roman we're talking about here. Yeah, dude, Chris. Yeah, 100%. I think he's like, dude, he needs to actually set up just chill. Be like, look, and recognize the offensive line that you have, man, and just be like, nah, I need to, pull back a little bit, pull back. Quit drinking. Hey, that's awesome, man. Good job, man. Like I said, I haven't really had much to drink myself for a really long time, and so I think it's been helping my health a lot too, and even my mental health probably, So yeah. Let's see. So if she don't hop to her, I don't talk to her. All right, there you go. That's great, Mike. That's great. Broncos going to win. Patriots are going to win. Jaguars are going to win. Texans going to win. Bills are going to win. So no chance for our Bolts to move up. I mean, realistically, right? I mean, all those other teams are playing Broncos, they're playing a good team against us, right? But the Patriots are playing against the Dolphins, who have nothing to play for. They might be playing for spoilers. That's about it. Jaguars are playing against the Titans, whatever, the freaking the Colts are playing against Houston, and the Colts have nothing to play for. So realistically, it's like, there's not much for it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think the only interesting game actually will be the Baltimore and Pittsburgh game, because that one will determine literally who's going to be in the 4th seed. It's literally, all right, whoever wins that game is in the 4th seed there, So so that's going to be like probably the most interesting game to watch this week, to be perfectly honest, aside from watching our Chargers play, So yeah. Let's see. It's great for people who are doing a 2-week fantasy championship. Oh, that's right. That everyone is going to play out, So, that's a good point. Honestly, and I never think, honestly, that's a very rare thing that I think a lot of fantasy teams do that, where they do a 2-week fantasy championship game. And that's actually not a bad deal to do something like that, However, I think I'm starting to want to do something on my teams, my league fantasies, where the bench points matter as far as the championship goes. That actually is kind of a thought that I've had, because man, I swear I picked up I lost in our family league. Oh shoot, I forgot to do that there. So now that you bring up the fantasy football stuff, I actually forgot to do this here. In fact, actually, I'll probably wear this for the post game thing. But I am the toilet bowl champion in our family league, and this is the poop hat right there. Hang on a sec here. Forgot about this. There you go. Yeah. Why is it so the framing is all weird? Yeah. So I'll just sit like this though. Yeah. But yeah. So I'm the poop champion in my family league. So I do a couple videos like this, and I totally forgot to do that earlier, but I'll do it now though for sure. So, but anyways, yeah. So like I said, the reason why I lost is because I literally picked up a player to replace Roma Dunze from Chicago, and he put up 27 points, and I set him up to be like, maybe Drake London's gonna do something. And he didn't do anything. And I wanted him to sub for Roma Dunze. Because of Dunze, for Drake London, because Drake London was questionable, but it's not, that didn't actually end up happening. So he didn't end up sitting. And so it never did anything. So I should have just put him in, because the Bears have more to play for, So I don't know. That was just my stupidity. I realized that, it is what it is. I came in last place in my family league. That's all right. So I'll do another video like this, and I'll be talking with my brothers with this hat on and these glasses on the next time we do a video together for the post game show on Saturday. So yeah. Anyways, you have to wait to watch March 12th. What's March 12th? What are you talking about here? No free agency starts March. Yeah, we're talking about that. Yeah. For Texans, Colts, the Bolt Babes got to play for the championship in our fantasy league. What do you mean? Oh, hey, that's awesome, man. But Charger game killed us. Someone paid someone. I know, right? For sure. That's hey, well, that's awesome. Congrats. You're still fighting for that championship. That's what's up. So yeah. You see. Our defense has to carry over our bolts through the playoffs. This thing. Yeah, you're right though, man. Our defense really has got to hold us up here. Because the defense really is the ones that needs to actually make the keep our team alive right now. Because our offensive line has just been horrible. But like I said, this game is going to be huge for us, because we're like, you know what, we might end up being able to actually find out finally if Andre James is a better center this game. And if he is, there's going to be a whole lot of discussion about why the hell Bozeman's going to be starting at center and not Andre James, So yeah, happy 2026, Bolt Papa, my man. How you doing? It's hard to believe that Cameron Dicker and J.K. Scott cost us the game for Texas. Dude, right? That was a really weird thing, for sure. Yeah, it's a live show, no theater. That's right. You misspelled it anyway. Dicker and Scott need some hot Tua on that thing. That's right. Yeah, they do. They a big Dicker energy, man. It's that one time he had their yeah. Big play. Trey will upset the Broncos. Yes. Yeah. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be huge if Trey Lance actually steps up in huge ways and beats the Broncos. I'll be honest. I got to kind of look differently, and these glasses suck so bad, man. I had to kind of look kind of up, like this is the only peephole for it, and I can't like look normal. I have to kind of look up at everyone. It's so terrible. I hate these. Kyle forgot to wear the hat. Yeah, and that's the show. I'm happy Miami beat bitch ass Ohio State last night. Hey, that's what's up, Eddie. I said I step away for a second and shit hits a fan, mighty. Oh, this got real shitty. Yeah, shit happens. That's right. I know you guys talking about yeah. This is some shit right here. Adds a new meaning to shithead, right? I don't know. To be honest, I just think Kyle is seeing shit. That's good. Now we got second and third fantasy football league. We lost. To an Eagle fan. Has some shit. I got some shit on my mind. Yeah. Y'all's comments is great, man. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Anyway, so let me hang on. What's going on here? All right. So no, I'm gonna set some things aside here. All right. Okay. No. All right. I want to kind of be a little bit more serious on this more serious note, of course, actually, to go into the final section here, to think about this here. So, all right. So let's kind of close it up with the bolt boosters, guys. So, guys, it is the new year. It is. I hope you guys set some really good, New Year's resolutions for yourselves. Because at the end of the day, we all enjoy football, and we love to talk about the sport, and we love to talk about things that make us happy, and that is watching the Chargers play. But at the end of the day, like what they do on the field does not have a impact of what your life should be or what you do in life. There's a very real responsibility that we all have to ourselves to be kind to ourselves and to, give ourselves space to find things that we do like in life to heal, and to find happiness outside of these things. Honestly, would the Chargers winning the Super Bowl make me the happiest person all year? Absolutely, it would. And would the Chargers winning playoff games make me happier this year? Absolutely it would. Would winning the fantasy football championship game make me happier? Sure, it actually would. But at the end of the day, it's just something that we do for fun. It's something that we do to kill time, because sometimes it's a distraction for us to deal with our other problems in life. And I really do feel like, this year I have some goals in my mind that are going to make me become a better person personally, 100%. It doesn't mean that I'm going to be better at football. I'm not going to be a player all of a sudden, whatever. I'm going to be better at my own personal things. I'll try to make better videos. I'll try to make do better for clients and stuff. I'll try to do better for my social media stuff. Those are the types of videos that I want to do. So, and I feel like here's the thing. When it comes to like this year, I hope all of us just remember to stick to our plan. That fire that you had at the end of the year, and thinking about what goals you want to accomplish this year. Always start small. Whatever goal you have, just start small. Just do something a little bit better every single day. And like I say, that whole 1% a day compounds to being over about 3,000% at the end of the year better if you did get better 1% a day every single day. And literally that could just mean, okay, you know what? My average steps for a day is, I don't know, say like 5,000 steps a day. Maybe make it so that way, like you walk just a little bit longer, and maybe you get another 50 steps in the day or something like that, And if you do that by the end of the year, you'll be at like, hey, am I able to do like 15,000 steps a day and not sweat anything, So that's just kind of some thoughts right now. So, but yeah, man. Those are some of my bolt boosters right there. I just wanted to say is like, guys, I hope you did set some goals for yourself for this year, because you have a whole 365 days left to do something, special, to kind of achieve something, to work towards something, and always just start small, even if it just means it's like, hey, you know what? I need to make this thing. I don't know how to do that. So let me learn how to do that and just start there. And then once you learn how to do that, try it. And trial and error, man. Just do something good, So, and fingers crossed that everything works out for you guys. I'd love to hear more about it later, and just kind of let's just keep each other accountable. I think is a big thing too, though. If you guys want to, comment in the chat a little bit and just let us know, update each other about what you guys are doing in order to keep that momentum going, accountability is everything, because I firmly believe if progress is reported, progress improves. So let's keep that in mind. I'll keep you guys updated about things that I'm doing, and I want to hear about what you guys are doing. So, but that's all for the bolt boosters for the show. So, anyhow, I really appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for showing up. I know some of you guys are probably still hungover, probably still hanging out or whatever. I didn't get home till about like 2:30 in the morning. So, but I went to sleep right away. In fact, I kind of did pass out a little bit at the party that I was at. So that was, kind of fun. So, but anyways, guys, I got some folks from, showed up a little late here. Herbo Ski, my man, how you doing? Appreciate you. Bolt Bros, let's go. Let's see. Chargers winning the Super Bowl 60 and 61 would make me a model citizen. Yeah, exactly. Do it for Marines at Camp Pendleton. Yes, sir. That'd be awesome. Good comms. You're right. 364. So today, is obviously the first day of the year. You got 364 days left to do something with yourself this year. So yeah. Hey, born in Camp Pendleton. Oh, sorry, Grandizer. I appreciate you, for coming in late, though. Yeah, so we talked about it, like, over the couple of days ago that I was going to do this afternoon show because, last night, got New Year's stuff going on. So, yeah. Yes, sir. That's my preacher mode. Wait. I got some questions about this game. I'm sorry, Grandizer, though, but I have been live here for the last hour and 15 minutes. I'll be able to answer one question that you guys got, but we will have a more of a post game show. So with my brothers, so be sure to bring your questions to that one for sure. Mental health for the New Year's, yeah, like I said, man, we're trying to work on things as well, man. I'll be in your 18-wheeler screaming my Chargers. Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I didn't realize you're a trucker. That's awesome, man. That's life on the road like that is pretty wild, I'm sure. But I'm sure you've seen some crazy things. But hey, man, I appreciate you for doing that. No one gives you guys enough respect, as being a trucker and stuff like that. But I 100% do. I always do try to give you guys enough space and signal to you guys when it's clear for you guys to move and stuff like that. So yeah. Yeah. But let's see what else we got here. You didn't go to bed till 5 a.m. Whew, Eddie, my man. Can you give me your thoughts on the Texans? Is it a case the Texans have the Chargers number? No, yeah, Chargers don't have. The Texans do not have the Chargers number. I think it was just a bad game. Honestly, through and through. We just didn't perform well, and there was just it was just bad luck, bad timing. It's also felt like also the Chargers did not really want to play. It seems like, maybe like we kind of went into that game expecting not to win. It's kind of a weird thought, to say that, but I didn't feel like, I just feel like our team did not end up doing too well. So we did not do our part, and that was the end of the story. I feel like, so that's it. Then another question: is it a case that the Texans have, no, we already answered that one. Yeah. So Kyle's like when truckers honk their horn. Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Yeah. Anyways, okay, so that looks like it's it. Okay, guys, appreciate you guys though. Like I said, we will have a post-game show on Saturday. Me and the bros will be there. And I think we actually might have a special guest with us on Saturday. We're trying to hash out the details a little bit. So we're going to work on a little bit with some other folks to get some more content out there and stuff like that, So like I said, there is a whole lot of different things coming on for this year that us bros are going to be doing. So stay tuned, guys. Appreciate all you guys. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the video because it really does help us out. And guys, we still got football ahead of us. We're excited about this game with the Broncos, and we're not just going to sit down and let them win. They are going to have to earn it. So let's make it a fun game, though. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. But we'll talk more soon. As always, guys, Boat Bros, let's go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Boat Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder and electric delight. Bolts in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the front.